And as promised, we are joined by the Barcelona president. Joan Laporta is with us. How's it been so far? How are you enjoying the US?
Well, enjoying yesterday. Last night we lost against Arsenal, but you know it's the pre-season. We were not ready yet, but we are improving our skills and we are getting better. Hope that against Madrid in Dallas we will be better. But well, the tournament is fantastic. You know, everything is very well organized. The stadium yesterday was sold out, with full of people, 70,000 attendants. There were people that were coming from abroad and just for attending the game. And well, the training camp as well. The Olympic Stadium in Los Angeles is perfect for us. We had the problem with the infection.
Yes. You haven't got it now?
No,
you're okay. You're okay.
I didn't. I hadn't. But you know, there were some players.
Yes. Yeah.
But anyway, it's very well organized, and we are really grateful to the organizers because it's a great tournament, it's a summer tournament.
As you say, you've got Real Madrid and Texas next. It'll be a big sellout, of course. It's another Clásico. When you look at it, though, you've got pre-season, Spanish Supercopa as well, plus La Liga, possibly Champions League. Is there any sort of concern that there are too many games against Real Madrid, which takes kind of that special element away?
Well, I think that are enough. You know, we play in summer tournament, great game that always Barca and Real Madrid never is friendly. You know,
yes, of course.
We compete each other, and it's the best, to me, it's the best game in the world, the Clásico. Then in Super Cup of Spain, as well, we will play this year as well in Saudi Arabia, and we compete there very, very hard. But basically, we compete in La Liga and in Champions League. Yeah, it's enough.
Looking at it, it's interesting because I always think when you and whoever the president may be at Real Madrid, when you've got the Clásico, as you say, the biggest game, but you two are sat next to each other and you have to be nice to each other throughout the 90 minutes. Like surely when you score, you want to go, take that, or the other way around. How do you maintain the professional element to it all?
No, it's a matter of respect for the opponent.
Yeah, but you say that, but inside you must be thinking.
The president is correct and polite and never happened this that we quarrel, no? Yeah. But sometimes we did like this.
Ah, yes. Yeah, I bet.
Sorry.
Sorry. It's been quite the roller coaster for you coming back as president with everything that's been going on off the field with the finances and everything. How much did it mean to you to see Barcelona win La Liga last season, given everything that had happened?
In terms of financials? In
terms of just the emotions that you go through, as someone who lives and breathes this club, to finally see the talk of Messi end for a bit, that Xavi's now taking the club in the direction that you want to. It must have been a special feeling.
Of course. It's a special feeling to have our coach that comes from our youth structure. He arrived to the first squad. He was a champion and the best player in his position. And now he's our coach. This is a nice history a nice history of Barca, like was Pep Guardiola, like was Leo Messi, and we are very proud. And our fans, basically, because we are working and working and working, and we are working well for the fans. We want the happiness of the fans. We are returning the happiness to our fans, and things like this. That, for instance, yesterday play Yamin Lamal, that comes from our youth structure, 15 years old, 16 now. And I don't know, Gavi, Pedri, Araujo, all these, Ansu Fati, all these players that are coming from the youth structure, our fans are really, really proud, because that means that we work in the correct way. You know that we have a house of dreams, that is La Masia, where a kid dreamed to be a player of Football Club, professional player of Football Club Barcelona. And one of these histories, when it happens, that means that we make the dreams through. The dreams come through.
Of course, a player that came through there was a certain Lionel Messi, Busquets as well, part of the Barcelona history.
Busquets, Piqué, Puyol, we had a lot of.
But now they're playing for Inter Miami. Now they're scoring goals for Inter Miami. What's that like? What's that experience watching them play for another team like?
For us, is strange to see Messi with another shirt. We identify Messi with Football Club Barcelona. And normally the supporters identify Messi with Football Club Barcelona because the majority or the most time of his career has been player of Barca. But, you know, we respect the decision. We wish the best for him. We want that our player, our kid, that he was a kid when he came to Barcelona in 14 years old, then he left when he was 34. That means that his career has been in Barca, but we wish him the best, and I hope that in Miami, of course, that we respected his decision, we accepted, and I want that he will be very happy in Miami.
How close was he this summer to making that move from PSG back to Barcelona?
It was very close, but we understand the reasons, you know, because we have to manage the financial fair play, we need time. At the end, we reached an agreement with La Liga in order to put him in the squad. But, you know, Leo had was under pressure in Paris, too much pressure. And the explanation that the father gave to me that he need not to be under pressure, and in Barca would be too much under pressure as well, because it was the return of our hero.
Of course.
And in Miami, he feel that he could be more, how do you say, it's a new league, it's the American league that is improving, and Messi could help with this development of the league. Messi, Busquets, Jordi Alba, now Luis Suarez will be very attractive for the fans in United States. And he preferred to go to Miami. We respected, we understood. And again, we wish that he will be very happy in Miami.
How was the first time for you? Because that shocked the world, the Ruler Prensa, when he was crying, when everything was going on, and as president of Barcelona, witnessing that and trying to make it work. How did you feel? How did you cope with that day to day?
I felt sad when I had to take the decision, because I put the institution above the player. At that moment, I had to do it, and the financials of the club, the legacy that we inherited was, you know, not good, and we had to take decisions in favor of the institution and in order to keep the institution alive. Well, I was sad because I would like that the things were going in a different way, but it happens, and I think that my conscience is clean because I think that I did what I had to do. But of course, that the best player of the history in Football Club Barcelona, the one that when I was president we put in the first squad, I knew him for a long time. He had to leave. The sensation, if you talk about feelings, I was sad.
Ilkay Gundogan was here a couple of days ago. Great guy, really down to earth. Ilkay Gundogan coming from Manchester City. Seems like the perfect signing for you to come in and bring some experience to a young side. How does that happen? How does that move from City to Barcelona? Does Xavi ring you up and say, Presidente, I want this man? Or how do the cogs go?
Gundogan said, Xavi convinced me.
Yep.
And, you know, the genuine style of playing football that Barca, the history of Barca, the tradition of Football Club Barcelona convinced him to go to come to our club. And in the past, he told me that he was dreaming to be player of Football Club Barcelona once.
Yep.
And I'm very proud because that means a lot. City did powerful economical offers to him in order to keep him in Man City, and he preferred our proposal. It's a sporting proposal, good economically, but was not enough. But was not as good like the economic, the proposal of City. And this is Barca, that we are very attractive for the players, and they prefer to play in Barca than in other club for more money.
Speaking of money, Kylian Mbappe, is he coming to Barcelona?
I read something, but in this moment, you know, we cannot afford a deal like this. He's a great player, of course, but, you know, Now we are improving our team, but we cannot afford in this moment this.
When you see teams from Saudi Arabia bidding $350 million for a player, what do you think?
Well, that are crazy deals. For me, I understand that Saudi Arabia want to promote the Pro League, the Saudi, but with all respect, I respect their decisions, but I think that there is another ways to improve the football in Saudi, because they did very well in the World Cup. They are passionate football fans, and at the same time they have the power to develop the football in Saudi. To me, it's better to profit the experience of the traditional clubs in order to reach associations or agreements of cooperation with Saudi clubs and transfer our know-how, our technology, our methods, in order to improve football there. Talent is important. The players are very talented players, but it's not enough. Football is a team sport. It's not an individual sport. It's not tennis. Football is a team. And of course, that for publicity is fantastic, but in order to improve the quality of football there, to me, I have my doubts.
Do you think it's a problem for football?
No, a problem no, because football is the most popular sport in the world, and there is a country that has enough power in order to invest in football, and they invest in players, in specific players. To me, this is good for the publicity, but there is another ways to improve the quality of football in this country. How affecting the rest of the leagues, and I think that if Saudi, they want to be in 4 or 5 years in the top 5 leagues in the world, is perfect. We will compete probably, but in this moment still the players prefer a sporting proposal than the big players prefer a sporting proposal than a financial proposal.
Speaking of financial proposals, of course, there was the deal set just a couple of years ago. It seems like a long time now to look for a Super League between those elite clubs. What are your thoughts on it now? Do you still think it's inevitable? Do you want it to happen?
Yes, I want it to happen in order to then, the resolution is in favor of the clubs that we are promoting the Super League, that promote the Super League because we want the sustainability of football. We want to compete in equal conditions with these kind of clubs that have unlimited financial resources because they have an state behind them. But I want to get the resolution in favor of us in order to talk to UEFA, start a logical and a prudent and respectful dialogue in order to create a competition more attractive of the world. And in this competition, the clubs, we have to have a higher wage in this competition, in the governance of this competition. It's not against UEFA, it's not against the national leagues, because we want to keep them. The national leagues for us are very important. We don't want just one big competition. But it will be in order the fans understand that we replace the UEFA Champions League, that nowadays is the best competition in the world, that's true. But we want more. We think that it could be better we could improve this competition in order that the clubs take more profits than the ones that we are taking now.
Good man. Thank you very much for your time. Much appreciated, of course.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN.